I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, November the 2nd, 2015. 3 people were stabbed this afternoon by a Palestinian in the city of Rishon LeZion. A man in his 40s and a woman in her 80s are said to be in serious condition. The third victim, aged 26, was lightly injured. The terrorist has been identified as a 19-year-old Palestinian man from Hebron. He reportedly stabbed his victims while making his way down several main streets in the city. Bystanders who realized what was happening were able to subdue the terrorist and hold him to the ground until police arrived. The victims were taken to Asaf Harofeh Hospital. This morning, a terror attack was prevented near the city of Jenin in the West Bank, where 2 Palestinians tried to stab a soldier near the Gilboa crossing. One of the terrorists, age 16, was shot and killed. The other was arrested. Yesterday, 3 Israeli border police officers were injured in what is thought to have been an intentional vehicular attack. The incident took place at the Beit Anun junction near Hebron when a car sped towards the junction, striking the officers. Security forces searched for the driver who had fled. He ultimately turned himself in, claiming reportedly that it was an accident. The officers who were hit were in moderate to light condition and taken to Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center. Earlier yesterday, an attack at the same junction was thwarted when a Palestinian man ran at security forces with a knife. He was shot and killed. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu extended his condolences on behalf of Israel to the people of Russia and its President Vladimir Putin yesterday, after a Russian plane crashed in the Sinai Peninsula on Saturday, killing all 224 passengers and crew on board. Netanyahu said, "We share in their grief. We are, of course, in continuous contact with the governments of Russia and of Egypt regarding the circumstances of the incident." It remains unclear what brought the jet down. Reports are conflicting as to the cause. The Islamic State group claimed that its local affiliate in the Sinai was responsible. Officials are still examining information from the plane's black box. Some 100,000 people gathered Saturday night in Tel Aviv to remember and honor slain Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, marking the 20th anniversary of his assassination. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton, who was in office when Rabin was murdered, was at the rally and addressed the crowd, telling them that the next step will be determined by whether you decide that Yitzhak Rabin was right. Clinton said that you have to share the future with your neighbors, that you have to stand for peace, that the risks of peace are not as severe as the risks of walking away from it. U.S. President Barack Obama had taped a video message for the rally, which was played there Saturday night, where the president said, "Yitzhak speaks to us still." Obama said, "Let us demonstrate that we oppose violence and extremism of any kind, and let us exhaust every opening for the peace we know is just and possible." Rabin was assassinated on November the 4th of 1995, and JBS will have special programming later this week to mark the tragedy. Students from Poland, the U.S., and Israel marked the 75th anniversary of the establishment of the Warsaw Ghetto Saturday night, holding candles in a vigil organized by the Israel-based From the Depths organization at the former site of Mila 18, where young Jewish fighters faced off against the Nazis. A moment of silence was held, and Israel's national anthem, Hatikva, was sung. And staying with Poland, 9 tombstones were destroyed at the Jewish cemetery in Bielsko-Biała in the country's south. This follows another incident of vandalism there 2 months ago. Police were investigating. And in Jerusalem's Old City, an interfaith group is doing its best to clean and document gravestones at cemeteries on Mount Zion. The initiative was launched 2 years ago, led by Yiska Harney, a researcher of Christianity, together with other academics, interfaith groups, and tour guides, after the Protestant cemetery on Mount Zion was desecrated and vandalized. The group is committed to protecting the Jewish, Christian, and Muslim heritage of the Old City, and through those efforts, hope to create opportunity for interfaith and intercultural dialogue. Award-winning British actress Helen Mirren was honored this weekend at the 29th Israel Film Festival, or IFF, in Los Angeles, where Miran was presented a Career Achievement Award. Upon her acceptance day, Miran expressed her love and support for Israel. She said, "I think that through all the difficulties and all the pain that Israel has suffered in the past and will in the future, the great thing that Israel has is Israelis, and they will guide it through." Also honored, American Jewish screenwriter Aaron Sorkin, who upon receiving the IFF Film and Television Achievement Award, said it couldn't be more important to support Israel. The IFF runs through November the 19th and includes the showing of Israel's entry for the Best Foreign Language Film category at the next Academy Awards, Baba June. And looking now at our programming for tonight, Monday, November the 2nd, at 7:30, new Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Dani Danon, gives his first address to the UN Security Council, criticizing the lack of response by the body to Palestinian violence and incitement. At 8 o'clock, Dr. Mordechai Kedar of Bar-Ilan University presents an historical context from which to view the current wave of Palestinian violence. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with World War II veteran and Israeli activist William Langfand, and at 10, author of When Bad Things Happen to Good People, Rabbi Harold Kushner, who offers his perspectives on coping with personal tragedies. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, German UN Ambassador Harald Braun, Israeli UN Ambassador Ron Prosor, German Consul General Britta Wagner, and Israeli Consul General Ido Aharoni celebrate 50 years of German-Israeli diplomatic relations from the recent American Jewish Committee event at the Museum of Jewish Heritage in New York City. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, November the 2nd, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.